it says I do on
I
it.
do. Hey, I'm Gabe Adams, TikTok influencer and makeup artist.
And I'm Adam, his husband, and we are here at Taco Bell. Hi, how are you guys?
How's your day going?
Awesome. It's going really well, actually. Yeah, today is 2 years from our very first date.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we went to Taco Bell for our first date too, so this is kind of like a
Wow, that must
special
be nice.
moment. Yeah.
Nice, congrats.
I like your shirt with all
Thank
the
you
little
so
like
much.
tacos, and it's so
really cool.
cute.
I think
Yeah.
It's my favorite shirt, actually. Thank you.
Hi, thank you so much. You too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
In the past, when I've gone on dates with guys, it
I'm not
just
gonna
was
rip that open
super
more.
duper awkward because they, number one, have to lift me into their car and then push me in a wheelchair, which you were already so willing to do. And you
Yeah,
would
that
text
wasn't
me.
that bad, honestly. Like
I know.
that was what I was most nervous about, because you're the first person that I ever dated that was like in a wheelchair or like physically different in general. I just wanted you to feel all.
He said comfortable, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to feel like someone who had known you every day, and that's why I was really nervous.
No, and I think you definitely made me feel that way, and I think that's why I had such an attraction to you, because you didn't make it feel awkward or out of place or uncomfortable. I was totally thinking that the date was going to be done when we got done with the coffee. And so-
Honestly, I did too. That's why I picked a coffee shop, because it's easy. You can just leave if it's bad.
yeah.
But I didn't want to leave, and so I stuck around with you. You asked me, when are we going to see again? And I was like, tomorrow, duh.
I know, that caught me so off guard. I was like, tomorrow.
It caught me off guard too. I said it, and I was like, did I really just say that? But I wanted to, and so I made sure we did it.
And then we had dinner, but I was still hungry, so then we went and got Taco Bell.
Hmm.
And then we got Taco Bell, and we came back and we watched a show downstairs.
Which was
It
really
just was
nice. That was
so
the first
cute.
time we cuddled.
It was.
Our first date, and our first date lasted forever.
Yeah, it really did.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since that, I don't feel like our relationship has ever felt like awkward or out of place because
There was one time when it did. It was when you're like, we need a break.
that doesn't count.
No, it does count. Because I felt so bad, but I didn't want to like overstep. I was just so like, okay, I
That's
guess I'll
just
go
because I
home.
wasn't used to somebody like all for me, and
Yeah.
usually I'm just used to guys that want to be with me because they're interested in what it would be like to be with somebody that's different and stuff like that. And so for you, it was you wanted me for me, and I wasn't used to that, so I wanted a little break to clear my head and be like, oh no, this is a good thing.
I hate to stop that point for a minute, but I'm starving. Are you able to reach all that before I get my hands all dirty?
Yeah, I should be able to
Okay,
reach all mine.
cool. And you can reach your drink too?
Mhm.
Cool. Okay, let's do it.
Yep, you do.
I don't know the first thing about makeup, and I've been like helping you with yours for the last 2 years. And by helping, it's I hold the stick.
Oh yeah.
I hold the makeup stick like this, and I still can't just like do it. I have to like hold it here, right? And then you tell me where to hold it, then I have to close my eyes and look in a completely other direction. Otherwise, I will float in a different direction.
I know, and then
I
it
won't
gets
look
all
right.
over my eyelid.
Yeah.
You were the one that gave me that push start in accepting myself with exploring who I was with my identity and everything. And I remember I told you that I did makeup, and you're like, oh, that's cool. And
I didn't really realize it all started when we started dating. I thought you had been doing it forever because you were so comfortable with it. And so you'll be telling stories to people about how all this has been kind of new, and I have to be like, really? That's weird.
And I mean, I was doing it before I met you, but not as much as I am now, where I actually go out with the full face of makeup on and everything, where I put it out to the world on social media. And I think you gave me the biggest jump start when you invested in the makeup desk and the ring light and everything, and kind of told me that, you know, I support you in doing this, and I'm here where you need it,
Well,
and stuff like that. And
I'm
that
going to
just meant a
support
lot
you in
to me.
anything.
When we're out and about, does it ever bug you with like the stories and stuff we get?
It really depends. At first, it did. Because I couldn't tell the difference between someone, because it is something different. And when you see something different, you're gonna look like I just saw this like really nice car earlier driving down the street, just right out this window, and I looked at it, and I like probably looked a little bit longer than I normally would. So any other car, it would just be like, oh, there's that one, oh, there's that one, but this one caught my attention. And so people do that when we're out and about. You know, they look around, and they're gonna look at us, and they're gonna look a little bit longer than normal because it is different. So at first I thought every stare was a bad stare, but you've kind of shown me and taught me a little bit more about like when it's something that is genuinely like just, I guess, curiosity, like especially with children. And I think it's really sweet that when you do see a kid stare or point at you, that you welcome them over, you say hi, you like make it a point to answer their questions. I think that's really, really, really sweet. And it's kind of helped me calm down a little bit when it comes to things like that, because you mean so much to me. And so when someone is trying to be a little like booger, it's kind of hurts my feelings a little bit too. But do you remember that one lady who came over and like pulled me aside and was like, can I ask him his name?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, he's right there, like you can ask him. Yeah, just do it. Like when you can kind of direct people a little bit stronger towards, you know, treating you as a human, I think it's kind of fun. But
And I think that's just something society doesn't get, is that just because there's a physical disability doesn't mean that there's always like some sort of mental disability attached to it too. Like I can talk just fine, I can think just fine, and I can do it all on my own, and I don't need somebody else to think or talk for me.
I still think one of the funniest stories you ever told me was that time when you were going into, like, tell the rest of the story.
So we always go to the store, and sometimes if we don't have the wheelchair, they just put me in the bigger part of the cart. And we went into the store, and she put me in the cart, and we started walking, and one of the workers came up to us, and she's like, he can't be in the cart. You need to get on the cart. He can't be in the cart. And then she like looked again and saw that I had no arms and legs, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry. Keep going. Have a great day.
I love that story.
Yeah, I'm going to stay in the cart, sweetheart.
Has there ever been a time where I've done something like wrong?
Honestly, I'm not going to say no. Actually, no. I am going to say no. I'm going to say no.
Okay, it's like, honestly, I'm going to say no. But, like, you've got more to say. Like, okay.
No, honestly, I'm going to say yes, you have not done anything to, like, offend me or anything, just because you're still learning, and I'm still learning.
Mm-hmm.
And so
after 2 years, like, there's still things to learn.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's some of the conversations we have, like, before we go to bed, is we talk about our differences. Sometimes there's misunderstandings in the way things have been said, or like when we misunderstand the intentions. But that's one of my favorite things that we do, is I'm someone that talks too much. And I noticed when we first started dating, you're someone that doesn't talk at all. Which isn't bad. But you've really helped me be able to be a little more concise with my words. I really like how we're able to just communicate and take our time.
I think one thing that I definitely respect about our relationship is that we are always willing to work through whatever disagreement or whatever it may be that we don't agree on. And no matter how uncomfortable the conversation gets, we always make sure that we go to bed together and finish the conversation, whether it's good or bad, and make sure that we end it with saying that I love you, and make sure that both sides are heard and validated and everything. And I think that's very healthy for both of us.
Oh yeah, because I need validation all the time. I need people to tell me I'm pretty. I need people to tell me that they like me. Like, if I don't hear it, I don't believe it, which is something that I need to work on. But I appreciate that you say I love you so much. Like, that's if you could boil it down to the most influential people that helped you kind of become who you are and just life, like who would it be? Besides me, of course. But
when I was younger, I went to this motivational speakers conference, and he ended up pulling me aside afterwards, and he was in the same condition as me. He just said to me, you may never find love, and you may never find someone to hold a hand. And that stuck with me all the way up until my teenage years and everything, when I actually started dating. And I was like, no, actually, I will find love. People in this community, in the disabled community, think that they won't ever find love and they won't ever be accepted and stuff like that. And I want to be the forefront, showing that you can find love and that there are people out there who will love and accept you for whoever you are and whatever you do and whatever you look like.